Hello, and welcome to the introduction video. I'm not going to tell you what my name is. You can think of me as just True Seeker. There's several reasons why I want to remain anonymous. Very good reasons, but I won't go into them. But yes, I know how to spell truth, and yes, I know how to spell seeker. I just had to trick Google, but you didn't hear that from me. So yes, it's spelled truth with an E at the end and seeker with an EA instead of an EE. All right, now I had an introduction video that I had already posted, and the reason why I'm redoing it is because basically my first video was like blah 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 wah wah wah. That's just pretty much just me talking monotone. Um, and I thought about it, and I was like, why in the world would anybody really want to watch this and continue watching it? Because first off, you might notice that there is nothing on your screen. You are looking at a black screen, and that's how it's going to be for every single one of my videos. And the reason for that is, and I probably already lost a whole lot of viewers by that, but the reason for that is, my mission is to read the Bible on YouTube, the entire Bible. And not just any Bible, but the New International Version, which I hope that you'll watch my video, why the New International Version, because I go into why I chose to keep that as a version of the Bible that I wanted to read. And I just went blank. Oh, and a lot of times these won't be edited, so it's just me going for it. But yeah, I chose a New International Version. That video is out for you to watch and or listen to. But yeah, I chose to not have any kind of pretty pictures in the background or anything like that, because if you're really going to listen to the entire Bible on YouTube, it's going to take a while. Like I'm guessing it's going to take me probably a year is what I'm giving myself to be able to get the entire thing. And not only is it the Bible, but it's the Life Application Study Bible. So for those of you that are easily confused by the Bible, which I was one of those, hey, I was a teenager. I used to have like 2 or 3 different Bibles. And, I was highlighting away and writing in the sidebar and all this stuff, but I still didn't get it. So with the New International Version Life Application Study Bible, I actually am able to very much get it. So that's the reason why I stuck with that. Now, the reason why I'll go ahead and tell you why I want to remain anonymous. First off, you can probably imagine that there's some people out there that's not very excited about people that read the Bible or people that believe in God or, stuff like that. And I'm not going to give any of you guys any ideas, but I prefer to remain anonymous because I'm a mom and I have a large family. And I love my privacy, and I love my family's privacy, and I love still having all of my children and myself. I still have, I'm still alive. So good. It's very good. So a little bit about my mission, since this is the introduction video. You know what? Let me talk a little bit more about the black screen, because I know a lot of you are going to be like, ugh. But like I said, if you're going to listen to the whole Bible, you don't really want to be staring at a screen all that time. Now, a lot of you have probably noticed that around the world, everybody is staring at a screen. Be it a TV, be it a cell phone, be it a tablet, be it a laptop, be it whatever, they're staring at it. And what I would really like, because I don't want to say it aggravates me. Okay, I'll say it aggravates me. It really does, because I have, like I said, a large family. And if I spent all day and all night or many, many, many hours staring at a screen, then you can imagine how much time that's taking away from my family. And if my family was doing it as well, then we're just a whole bunch of lemmings staring at a screen. So me and technology, it's kind of like a love-hate relationship. Not so much love, not so much hate. I don't really want to hate anything, but I strongly dislike what technology is doing to families and to people. I mean, you might notice that less and less people are having conversations with each other. In the old days, kids used to go out and play in the yard and actually hit balls and stuff. And now they're like, hey, Mom, I want a tablet for Christmas. I want to play my, Nintendo, ha, 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 ha. PS3, PS4, PS5. And if this is like a year from now, then it's probably PS6, PS7, so whatever it is at the time, I don't know. They're constantly updating it, constantly making you where you have to buy the next version of. Okay, so my mission. What is my mission? All right, well, as I kind of touched on when I was a teenager, I was very much into reading the Bible, and I very much did not get it. So I went about a decade not having anything to do with it, basically. Like I kind of shut myself off from religion, and I thought, what if it's just a fairy tale? What if it's just a bunch of guys that got together and said, I'm going to write this, and then these guys said, I'm going to write this, and, I seriously had my doubts, even though I had read it a lot. It was the fact that I was discouraged, I think, the fact that I really didn't understand it. But when I was older, this, the Bible bug came up out of nowhere and bit me. And I was like, okay, I have got to buy a Bible. Now, if any of you out there have a large family, you probably know that money can be, and mostly is, pretty tight. So I didn't really have a lot of money. I probably only had like, $10 or $15, something like that. That's not a good thing, but that's how it is. So I was like, I'm going to go to this bookstore and I'm going to find a Bible, one that I can afford. So here I am at the bookstore. Okay, now this is a story of how it came about that I became the proud owner of my New International Version Life Application Study Bible. I was in the bookstore, and basically there were rows and rows of Bibles. You'll have to excuse me. I have to get something to drink. Like I said, I'm probably not going to edit much. I hiss at technology, and plus I think it'd be cool if you guys got a few little mistakes in there that I did. You're really going to crack up when I do pronunciation. Oh, speaking of which, I almost forgot. The reason why I have taken on this mission of, I don't even think I told you what my mission is. My mission is to read the Bible online. Well, I told you that part. But the reason I'm doing it is because I didn't understand it, and I let it go, and I pushed away from it. And I don't want other people to do that. There's children that don't know how to read the Bible, really. I mean, because it is kind of hard to understand. And, sorry, there's people outside my hotel room. But anyway, which hotel room, when you have a big family, hotel room is great for recording stuff. Because you don't have kids in the background, which you guys are you're either going to hear tweeting birds from when I'm outside recording, or you're going to hear kids in the background, so just bear with me. There are worse noises to hear in the world, I assure you. And another thing about not editing is that I'm probably going to lose my train of thought a few times, but just bear with me. But anyway, okay, so my mission, and then my mission is that, we already know my mission, but think of the people out there that, and I'm not calling anybody out, I'm not trying to make anybody feel bad, but there are people out there that can't really read that well. I mean, I aced English in school. It was my strong subject. Now, I'm not tooting my own horn because, look, when it came to math, yeah, that didn't fly. I was like, trigonometry? What? And I just kind of had this blank look, I ended up actually quitting school because even though I made like 100 in English in high school and I aced science, I actually wanted to be a marine biologist, but when it came to math, I was like, couldn't do it. I mean, I could do math, but when it got into high school math, I was like, just staring out the window, looking at the fish tank, whatever. So, there's some people out there that can't really read that well. And like I said, I'm not trying to put anyone down or anything like that, but I feel for them. Like, my heart goes out to people like that because a lot of times they don't tell people or they don't let people know. And how are they really going to, because you can go to different churches. But you know what I've discovered with churches, and I'm not putting anyone down, but there are so many denominations out there, and every single denomination has its own little take on the Bible. Now, what do I believe? My name is Truth Seeker. What is the truth that I seek? The truth. So what do I believe is the truth? The Bible. Bam. And you know what? I urge you, when you're listening to the New International Version, if you're one of those people that are like, oh, I want, which there's nothing wrong with the King James Version. It's a little harder to comprehend, but, that's because it's said in their time, in their language, as opposed to English, our now present language, how English is said today. So, gosh, can't believe I keep losing my train of thought. I had this. Anyway, the New International Version, a lot of people might be, I prefer the King James Version, and that's great if you do. What I strongly suggest, I recommend this. When you hear a verse that I say in the New International Version, and you're like, oh, I wonder what it is use Google. If you're on a tablet, if you're on a laptop, if you're on a computer, pull up another tab. You can even do it on your phone. And search for that Bible, that book, chapter, and verse. And it'll give you all these different versions and what they say. And do that, okay? So one of the things, like when people, they can't read, they go to different churches, and each preacher, some of them do, some of them don't, but they give kind of their own take on things. Now, I might interject with some things of mine, but you can guarantee that I have researched and researched and researched and researched. And even then, I'm probably still going to tell you, if this is my personal opinion, omit it if you want to, because I know that the truth is the Bible. That's the truth. And this is already 11 and a half minutes, and I haven't even done my song yet. That's right, I have prepared a song. I probably should have said that in the beginning. I might have had more people stick with me through the whole 11 minutes. Okay, so back to my story. I'm in the Bible bookstore. No, it wasn't even a Bible. It was just a regular bookstore. And there was rows and rows of Bibles, but for some reason they were pretty low. Like I was actually literally on my hands and knees crawling around looking for a Bible. And I did this for 15, 20 minutes. And I was looking at all these different versions, and I was going to write down what different versions there are. I'm going to have to include that on a different video, but there's many, 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 many different versions. You can Google it, what's the different versions of the Bible. I know King James, New King James. There's some New Age stuff, I mean, there's all kinds of versions. I mean, a lot. Okay, so I'm completely just overwhelmed. I don't know which one to get. Not only, not to mention I only had $10 or $15, so I'm like, limited resources, but I was still trying to find out what the best version was for me. And this woman, she walked up to me, and I'd never seen her before, never met her in my life, and she said that she'd been watching me for like 10 minutes, crawling around, trying to find a Bible, and she felt moved to come up to me and help me. So she told me that she just came back from a revival in Fort Lauderdale, Florida, and she grabbed the New International Version Life Application Study Bible that I have. Now, my Bible's been through the mill a little bit. Like I said, I have a big family, and I read a lot, so it's been through it, but it has survived. It's a survivor, and it's a beautiful, beautiful Bible, and it's not inexpensive at all. So basically, she showed me this Bible. She said, this is the one for you, I believe. And then I saw the price. Now, I did not tell her that I didn't have a lot of money. So I grabbed the Bible, and I was like, yeah, this one looks good. And she said, you know what? And she got it from me, and she said, I'm going to pay for it. And I'm like, what? This was not an inexpensive Bible. This Bible was like, I don't know. I should have looked up the price on the internet, but I'm going to say it retails between $50 and $75. Pretty broad, but there's different bookstores. I'm not going to say the bookstore I was at, but for copyright reasons, I don't know. But anyway, so she took the Bible and she bought it for me. She paid for that Bible for me, and I was like, wow, this woman I'd never met before, this stranger, came up to me, showed me the perfect Bible. I didn't know it then, but I later found that it was the perfect Bible for me, because it's basically made for people that are going to start trying to go into preaching or missionary work so that they can really understand what they're reading. And the great thing is I'm going to put all of this Bible on YouTube, on my channel. So please, if you feel inclined to, like the video, share the video, tell your friends, family, church members, tell them all. Because I think this is a great thing. I'm super, 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 super excited about it. I hope to reach hundreds, maybe even thousands, maybe even, wait for it, millions. millions of people with this, and maybe change some lives in the process, because I know that this Bible has certainly changed mine. And to that woman out there, that mystery woman, thank you so much. You changed my life when you bought that Bible for me, because all the Bibles I had when I was a teenager, they were all in storage. I moved around a lot as an adult, so I didn't have them at the time. And it made me go to that bookstore where you were at. It made me crawl around looking like a little bit of a fool, but it got your attention, and you came and you bought me the Bible that changed my life. And hopefully, if all goes well, I hope this Bible changes many other lives. So, to you, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, I'm going to do my song. Now that's almost 16 minutes into the video. Oh my gosh, I cannot believe this. For the people that stayed through this, you're awesome. 16 minutes of me blah, 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 blah. No, seriously, the first video was bad. Like, I just basically read from a prompter. I was like, this is my introduction. No, it wasn't that bad, but it didn't have a song, and this one's going to have a song. If you are aware of Tiffany, I Think We're Alone Now, you might get a little kick out of this song. But since this is my introduction video, I wanted to do this song. I'm not a singer, and I might start laughing like hysterically in the middle of the song, I don't know. Like I said, unedited, just going, rolling with it. All right. Drum roll. I can't do it. Okay, I can do it. I can do it. I can do it. All right. I was crawling just as fast as I could. Da-na-na-na-na-na-na. Wondering what version that I should read. I just didn't know, was really confused. And then this woman, she walked up to me, and this is what she said. She told me, hey, I think I can help you. You look a little lost, and I can see you're on your knees. This Bible's for you, and don't worry about the price. Oh yeah, she bought it for me. So, I hope you enjoyed it. Please stick around. I'm going to record as much and as fast as I can to try to do this in a year. I really hope that you find this entertaining enough to want to stick with the journey. It's going to be a journey. And, yeah, this is going to be great. So, if you want to subscribe to me, that would totally make my day too. Especially if you have been through 17 and a half minutes. You're the bomb diggity. All right, I'm out. To the next video. To Bat Cave.